It's Caleb Saylor's Multimedia Journalist, SuperTalk Mississippi News. All right, the big news, Caleb, that we're tracking that really shook up Mississippi a bit yesterday is this arrest of an apparent alleged drug ring, an operation being conducted by law enforcement officers across a region in our state. A bunch, involved in this deal. What's up?
Yeah, I want to give a quick disclaimer of what Rhino, I think the SuperTalk News Chiron might be scarier than the Halloween news that you were playing. So I was like, I'm not scared right now. Normally I'm like trembling. I'm like, I hear bong, bong, bong. But no, big story out of the Mississippi Delta, a multi-year FBI investigation into what's alleged to be corruption. Officers at the highest level, too. I mean, two sheriffs that were elected sheriffs of two Mississippi counties are two of the more than a dozen that have been arrested, linked to allegedly aiding and abetting drug trafficking in the region, helping drug traffickers go through their counties safely and securely. And usually they were saying they were going into the Memphis area to transport the drugs to and fro. But yeah, the two biggest names here are Washington County Sheriff Milton Gaston and Humphreys County Sheriff Bruce Williams. Again, both of these men were elected to their posts, but they're two of 15 that were arrested in this case, Gerard. And this goes deep. I mean, this goes to the level of FBI agents posing as undercover Mexican drug cartel members, and some of the people that are indicted going down to Miami in Florida to meet them, to talk about how they could bolster the cartel's operations in the Mississippi Delta. And so you have multiple law enforcement agencies involved. I listed the two counties where the sheriffs were allegedly involved in this criminal activity, but you had the Greenwood Police Department, Greenville Police Department, Bolivar County Sheriff's Department. I mean, and the list goes on and on. Humphreys County Sheriff's Office. And it's just crazy to see this many people who, one of the special agent in charge here in Jackson, the FBI's field office, Robert Eichhoff, said it too. He's like, all these men took an oath to protect the law, to serve their constituents, and to honor that, to honor the law. And he said they blatantly violated it. The people that swore to serve and protect did the exact opposite of that. They were serving and protecting those who were willfully violating the law.
Unbelievable. This is really sad to see that this has been going on in our state for a while.
Yep.
And there are some indications that this may not be the end of it.
Yeah, this might go deeper than we can see right now. This might be the beginning. Now, there were two indictments that were unsealed that were released on Thursday, yesterday. Yeah, my days are getting mixed up, Gerard. It's been a busy week. Yesterday, one of them had to do with all the drug-related activity, and then one of them, a lot of these people involved, too, that were indicted, had gun charges tacked on to what they were being charged with on top of the trafficking and facilitating drug trafficking as well. And a lot of these officers are accused of using their squad-issued firearms while, aiding and abetting criminals.
Man, unbelievable. All right, so have you guys been in touch with the FBI, the DOJ? Because this all came out of Washington, right?
No, this came out of Oxford yesterday. U.S. Attorney Clay Joyner's office.
Federal matter, though, right?
Right, it's a federal matter. The FBI is leading the investigation, but U.S. Attorney Clay Joyner was the one that he led the press conference yesterday, and then we heard from Robert Eichhoff with the FBI and other officials as well. But it is a federal investigation, but it will be prosecuted here in Mississippi, in the Northern District in the Oxford FBI courthouse.
Okay, that's something. All right, what about the monkeys? Monkeygate. What's up with that, man?
Yeah, we got a lot of monkey business happening in the Pine Belt area. So I want to clarify something for our listening audience. A lot of people were confused when they saw Tulane University was mentioned in this. There were monkeys, 43 rhesus monkeys being hauled from Tulane University, one of the testing facilities there, to Florida. And a lot of people were saying, well, how the heck did they get to Jasper County? And I know our friends Michael Borky and Brian Haydad had a funny little rendition of their theory on how that all came to be and how that could be linked to Brian Kelly being fired as LSU's head coach. Y'all can listen to Sports Talk Rewind for that. But it was in Tulane's Covington campus, which is about 40 minutes away from that area of Mississippi. So it makes sense why they were going along 59. So this truck overturned on I-59 on Tuesday that was hauling all these monkeys, and a lot of them got loose. And the Jasper County Sheriff's Office initially reported that, they had dispatched all but one monkey, and I'll let you draw your own conclusions on what dispatch means. They had also reported earlier that these monkeys were disease-carrying and aggressive, and that they needed to be dispatched if people encountered them. However, Tulane University reached out to us and said that's not the case. That's not the case. These monkeys are not contagious. They're not contaminated. They're not infectious. They're not aggressive. I mean, I even saw videos of one of the monkeys in the intersection just kind of sitting there, just chilling, just minding his own business, just looking around, not bothering anybody. But there's 3 on the loose still, Gerard. And a similar incident to this happened in South Carolina last year where 43 rhesus monkeys escaped from a breeding facility, and it took 2 months to capture the ones that had gotten away. And people had to, the officials, those who understood how to handle these monkeys, they used peanut butter and jelly sandwiches to lure them. So Tulane has said that they're going to send people up here to assist local law enforcement. The Department of Wildlife, Fisheries, and Parks is also on scene as well. And the local Walmart, Dollar Generals, and Kroger's might be seeing an uptick in Jiffy and Smucker's being bought right now to lure these monkeys to them. But yeah, we got some monkey business. But I will say, if you are in the Jasper County area or in the Pine Belt of Mississippi and you see one of these monkeys, call authorities, call 911 immediately, let them know. Do not go near them. I mean, you never know what could happen, and let the local officials know so they can come handle it.
Well, it seems to me that it was very careless of them to transport those monkeys the way they did, and also not having some vehicles in the front and behind flanking them in the event of some sort of issue.
And we still don't know who was driving the truck that was hauling the monkeys, and we don't know where exactly. We know they were going to a testing facility in Florida. We don't know which one, where specifically. So there's still some unanswered questions that I have, that our news department has. And we're still trying to figure out all of the logistics. But right now, Tulane has been very communicative with us and let us know, like, hey, we didn't own these monkeys. We don't own them. We were just having them transported to another facility, and they're not disease-carrying. They're not dangerous. They're not aggressive. So
because the first reports were that they were.
Oh,
right?
yeah, that they carried COVID and herpes and everything, everything under the sun, and that they would attack you. And Tulane's like, whoa, guys, pump the brakes. That's not the case.
Yeah. Well,
it just seems like there was a lack of communication, too, between entities there. That there was a big communication barrier that probably could have been resolved earlier to give the general public a better understanding of what happened, because there could honestly be more living rhesus monkeys right now if I guess if there's better communication.
I got you. Well, the GIFs and the AI generated video content
People
are absolutely hilarious.
Like Ring cameras with a monkey crawling up on it. And I saw a person with a monkey on his shoulder. He's like, what do I need to do with this thing? Jerome, we had something really cool happen Wednesday night here in Mississippi. You were in attendance. I was in attendance.
Tell us about that.
The Vice President of the United States, J.D. Vance, which, regardless of your political affiliation, it's pretty cool to have the Vice President of the United States.
Absolutely.
Not only in our state, but on a college campus, too, at Ole Miss. Really big event with Turning Point USA hosting its This is the Turning Point Tour event at the Sandy and John Black Pavilion. I know you talked about how you know the Blacks. They're great people. The Black family.
Yeah, good Mississippi people.
Good family. I know Sandy and John. I've talked to them several times. Great folks. But it was cool to see a lot of students, thousands upon thousands of them show up for something that wasn't sports related, that wasn't a concert, that wasn't entertainment driven. It was to learn something, and they did learn. And Erica Kirk spoke in depth. JD spoke in depth, honoring the life and legacy of Charlie Kirk. I thought that was one thing I took away, was they really wanted to hone in on how important of a figure Charlie Kirk was in the youth movement.
Very emotional.
It was very
Erica
emotional.
Was. Yeah. Of course, you would expect that.
I mean, that was his spouse, and she she lost her husband, and and it was cool to see young people learn about how influential this movement was, and I think it might have steered the presidential election one way last year with how influential he was in Arizona and Pennsylvania, et cetera. But really cool event, and it was cool for me to see the vice president in person.
Yeah, I thought it was
and of course
cool.
Gerard Gibbert in person as well.
Oh yeah, that's big, man. No, it was well attended. It was so I think gratifying to see the arena, the pavilion full of students that all came out to
JD
hear the
leading the
message.
hottie toddy chant.
That was great.
Man, that place got loud.
I think we may see that tomorrow.
Yeah.
Kick off the hottie toddy.
Big game for the Rebels, 6 o'clock tomorrow night against South Carolina, and playoff hopes are still alive for Ole Miss.
Amen. Yeah, absolutely. Caleb Sailors, everybody, multimedia journalist, SuperTalk Mississippi News. Coming right back.